Oh man, it's finally time to talk about the Greymon species. A lot of y'all are really excited for this one from what I see in the comment section in my last upload about the Garurumon species. So, I'm really pumped a bit more to talk about this specific species, and I will highly recommend to get some popcorn because this one is a huge family of Digimon, so get ready for that ride. Anyway, ready? Action! The Greymon species is a family of helmeted Ceratosauria Digimon who have Greymon in their name, of course. The Ceratosaurus was a carnivorous theropod dinosaur in the late Jurassic period. But now, let's go ahead and talk about every single Greymon species, so there's a lot. To start this off, we got ShineGreymon, who possesses the attribute of flame, and it is also one of the legendary 10 warriors Digimon that saved the ancient digital world. An ultimate who existed only in the distant past. It is told that its strength surpassed that of current ultimates, and it is certainly an ultimate being. ShineGreymon's ability were later passed on the dragon Digimon of the Greymon species. It is said that in the previous crusade, he survived to the end alongside ancient Garurumon and sealed away Losamon. Now let's talk about Burning Greymon. Why not, right? So Burning Greymon is a dark dragon Digimon and an ultimate class hybrid Digimon. He possesses power over flame, which bear the might of ShineGreymon. That's why I wanted to talk about him next. This firefighter has a skin that can withstand high temperatures and the ability to move even through lava and snuff out flames with instant explosive blaze. It is said that he was born from active volcano research data, and it is thought that he contains an immeasurable unknown enemy. The name of the fire dragon, Vritra, who is considered the nemesis of the thunder god Hydra of Indian mythology, is embodied in his ferocious nature. The more area its taxes and the more powerful the opponent is, the more it burns with combativeness. He also has reckless sight that doesn't understand retreating, even in disadvantageous fight, and he wields the Regia Darpana super weapon on both of its arms and possesses the fire wings and heat clouds. This Digimon is crazy, right? Holy. Emperor Greymon now, a transcendent species Digimon that possesses power over flame, which it is said to have surpassed even the might of the legendary 10 warriors. It is said to bear the power of the 9th dragon's vein that flow through Gaia, and he has been prophesied that if he can restrain the might of the 9th dragon, he will demonstrate unfathomable ability and even be able to rule Gaia. It is said that in order to control the power, he possesses the Ryugoken, in which a dragon soul or seal. Yo, those three guys are freaking amazing, yo. And now, it's time to talk about one that you guys probably know about, that is Greymon. A dinosaur Digimon whose cranial skin has hardened so that it is covered in a rhinoceros beetle-like shell. And from what I heard, it is actually from a Kabutoromon. How crazy is that, right? It is an extremely aggressive Digimon with a body like a little weapon covered in the sharp claws and gigantic horns. However, it is highly intelligent, and if you're able to tame it, then there's probably isn't any monster as strong. And now, let's talk about his XNT body form, that is Greymon X, so it is the most outstanding Greymon. Even for a dinosaur Digimon as a common species, he further increased its aggressiveness. Although he has relatively small build among dinosaur type, many of which are large Digimon, he has fully exhibited its carnivorous dinosaur-like ferocity, winning in battles and increasing its own strength. He acquires Mega Burst, which has the explosive power of Mega Flames enhanced to its limit within its mouth. Now to the ultimate form, that is MetalGreymon Vaccine, a cyber Digimon which has mechanized more than half of its body. The MetalGreymon of Fire Island were able to drastically extend their vital function through remodeling, but their flesh portions could not hold on and were discolor blue. However, perfect MetalGreymon are cyber Digimon that succeed in evolving from Greymon and draws out a stronger power. In order to evolve to MetalGreymon, it must fight its way through and defeat the formidable opponents who come against it. Also, MetalGreymon offensive power is said to be equal to that of a single nuclear warhead, and if the likes of a low-level Digimon suffer that blow, it will annihilate it without leaving a trace. And of course, he got a nice XNT body form, that is MetalGreymon X, a cyber Digimon, an illegally modified Digimon who survived the Evil X program through the XNT body. After acquiring the XNT body, it triggered a Digivolution which muted MetalGreymon Digicore, upgrading his armor and boosting his battle abilities. And now to the Mega form, WarGreymon, the strongest dragon warrior whose body is clad in armor of the super metal chrome Digizuid. It is the ultimate form of Greymon species Digimon, though it differs from the gigantic figure seen in Greymon species Digimon. and as the form of a man type, he has rapidly improved its speed and power, and it is likely impossible to defeat it with the attack of a perfect Digimon. The Dramon Killers, equipped to both of its arms, exhibit immense power against Dramon type Digimon, which simultaneously being double-edged sword that put its own life at great risk. Also, when the shields equipped on its back unite into one, they become the Brave Shield, which is a shield of the strongest toughness. It is said that the moment that a true hero among veteran warriors awake to its own mission, he evolves into WarGreymon. How crazy is it? Now to an even stronger form of WarGreymon, that is WarGreymon and X. So because of its mission as a true hero, he must have 100% success in battle. He has imported the strongest toughness of the Brave Shield to the Dramon Killer, leading to it possessing perfected equipment of unified offense and defense. Due to its fighting style, in which he instantly plunges into the heart of the enemy wielding the vernier, he has equipped to his back, which blows explosive acceleration at the expense of its being able to fly for extended periods. He has certainly become the strongest form of the land combat Digimon, a land war hero, we shall say. Now there's WarGreymon, that is a Digimon that appeared in Digimon Tamer's Brave Tamer. He actually evolved from a fallen Digimon's data, and well, it's a Mega Digimon too. I feel like it was worth mentioning, because you know, we're mentioning every single Greymon species, but this one is not too relevant to be honest. Now to one of these subspecies of WarGreymon, that is VictorGreymon, whose body is clad in armor of the Super Metal Chrome Digivolution. He easily wins his gigantic sword and is the Dragon Warriors of heroes that fight against its opponent with unique sword techniques. VictorGreymon possesses an evolutionary code that differs from Digimon that were naturally born in the digital world, and it is though that it is a Digimon that evolved from a Digitama that was produced due to an artificial data intervention. Now to the virus side of Greymon, BlackGreymon, a virus attribute Greymon with a bluish black body. What he has been called a feral Greymon, be fighting its more violent disposition. It is in no way a lone wolf and possesses enough intelligence to work together with its allies as a team. Now this one's really similar to MetalGreymon of course, but you know, MetalGreymon Virus is the strongest cyber Digimon, and after, you know, going through numerous battles, was able to survive by mechanizing more than half its body, of course, using technology appropriated from Agumon, something that I didn't mention. I wanted to keep it for this one, just so it's a little different, so that's really the only difference, but since we're on MetalGreymon Virus, I remember seeing this guy for the first time in Digimon World 1, and this Digimon was the only one I wanted to use this whole game, because it was just so crazy. Like, it was one of the most epic Digimon to use in Digimon World 1 on the PlayStation 1, trust me. If you haven't played this game, play it now, trust, it's worth it. And now to Black WarGreymon, a virus species WarGreymon feared as the Jet Black Dragon Warrior. Although its creed and principles are the polar opposite of those of the virus buster WarGreymon, he exists for the sake of its own peculiar justice. He detects cowardice in full play, and he doesn't consider himself a fellow vulgar Digimon, even if they are the same virus species. The full details of how he converted into a virus are a mystery, and the brave shield equipped to his back is not aggravated with the crest of courage. You know what I'm saying, Black WarGreymon also have an excellent embodied form, you know? Its negative power has been condensed to its maximum, and its cunning for seizing victory by any means has accelerated. He has imparted the strongest toughness of the Brave Shield to the Dramon Killers, leading to it possessing perfect equipment of ununified offensive and defensive. Due to its fighting style, in which he instantly plunged into the heart of the enemy with the vernier he has equipped onto its back, which boasts explosive acceleration at the expense of its being able to fly for extended periods, he has certainly become the strongest form of land combat Digimon, a land war hero. And you know, it's really similar to WarGreymon once again. And of course, there's a VR Black WarGreymon too, so I had to mention it, because you know, I gotta say them all. And on the virus side, there's also Chaos Black WarGreymon, one of the Chaos General that resides in River Hole and only appear in Digimon World 2. So if you want to know more about this guy, you're gonna play the game, you know? I gotta stop plugging, but it's worth it too. Now to GeoGreymon, a unique Digimon that is conjectured to be a subspecies of Greymon. Its entire body as well as the carapace on its head have also developed it to become like a little weapons, giving it a more aggressive appearance. Now we have RiseGreymon, a cyber Digimon that has mechanized over half of its body. Instead of its large bill, it flies to the sky to attack the enemy. The offensive power of the shots fired from the gigantic revolver on its left arm is said to rival that of a single nuclear warhead, and it is normally impossible to rapid fire due to its tremendous power and recoil. In order to withstand that power, its gun barrel is made from chrome Digivolution. Now, time to talk about ShineGreymon, a light dragon Digimon. It fights with the red hot solar energy it accumulates, and its Geo Grey Sword contain the condensed power of Gaia. Now to the craziest one, that is the ShineGreymon, a special ShineGreymon that emerged from a keychain game. It is a small but has power equal to other ultimate Digimon. Its full potential is unknown. Now we got ShineGreymon Burst Mode, a ShineGreymon that has temporarily reached the limits of its abilities through Burst Evolution. It is a unit form which wears an aura of solar class high energy flames. And there's also ShineGreymon Room Mode, which is still a Light Dragon Digimon, but it is a ShineGreymon that has temporarily reached the limits of its abilities with the help of dark energy, but is unable to control the power of its exerts. Now, let's talk about ShadowShakBusiness, a skeleton Digimon whose whole body has become nothing but bones. It was a Digimon that put too much importance on fighting, and as a result of its combat instinct, he clung to life despite his body rotting away, becoming ShadowShakBusiness. As ShadowShakBusiness doesn't even have a scrap of intelligence to balance its combat instinct, its existence is a threat to other Digimon. Now to Greymon 2010 anime, a Tyrannosaurus type dinosaur Digimon. As a Digimon specialized in offensive power, its combat instinct is extremely high, and its cruel, brutal nature in such that it will not stop battling until it annihilated the opponent. So ordinary Digimon cannot even approach it, as they are repelled by the abnormal fighting spirit it exerts on its surroundings. And there's also Greymon O, which is the orange version of Greymon 2010. Now to Greymon, the Assault Strike mode, which added Decker's Dragon offensive and also abilities to MetalGreymon's power. It is a form that has attained a balance between offensive, defensive, and localized abilities. Greymon's comprehensive combat strength is equivalent to that of a battalion composed of 324 combat type Digimon. So even if a hypothetical group of enemies tries to lie in wait for it, with its great firepower, defensive power, and its ability to cover ground without trouble from any kind of rough terrain, it will trouble the enemy line in a violent assault. It is worth mentioning that it can target multiple opponents with multiple special moves similar to initially, and thanks to this ability, Greymon can fight against an army corps even on its own. Also, the energy that is enhanced within its body to its almost limit grants Greymon a final bold move. It is not the end, even if one is able to take Greymon down. The MS energy that is released instantly from Greymon's body become a tremendous shockwave that crushes the heart within a 10-kilometer radius. Now to Greymon, a Digimon that was born from the four of Greymons, called Nightmon, WarGreymon, and Digivolution. Its figure, which holds a gigantic drill lance as if it was a weapon wielded by a giant, and is equipped with two gigantic gun turrets, overwhelms all Digimon. And there's also a huge Greymon that is called Mega Greymon, because we're gonna mention them all, you know? Now to MetalGreymon 2010 anime, the tactical enhancement mode, which passes WarGreymon armor on top of Greymon's power. It is a form that was strengthened without hindering the fighting strength of Greymon, who specializes in close combat fighting. And its strengthened arm is a technique that was enhanced exceptionally in offensive ability by adding extreme high temperature claws on top of Greymon's already mighty power. And its Jagged Destroyer, he has an annihilation technique in which he irradiates extremely high energy, homing laser beams at all opponents and surroundings. He has been strengthened from a Greymon that excel in one-to-one battles to one that could fight one-to-many. And there's also MetalGreymon Cyberdramon, which is a Cyberdramon that turned into a weapon that becomes the heavy weapon mode that assists other Digimon. And you know, this Digimon is pretty strong like the others one that I just mentioned. Now to a pretty cool one, that is Greymon, a form attained when the legendary Digimon Best Wish evolution upon a MetalGreymon. That's some perfect victory. Its body armor, bested by the legendary Digimon, is solid, virtual super metal Goldchrome Digioid, and it was enhanced further to form a body of gold Digioid, which emits a noble golden radius simply due to its dazzle. It is surprisingly lightweight for the great defensive ability it possesses, so its movements are more agile than what we'll imagine from its heavy looking armor. Next up is Rampage Greymon, a Digifuse of MetalGreymon 2010 and Ballistismon and Digivolution. Other than that, we don't know much. Now we have MetalGreymon, a Digimon form that Deadmon can assume when it is imploded with the death of a Greymon who is extremely close to becoming a MetalGreymon virus. Now we have ShineGreymon, aka Agumon, and it is a Greymon species, guys, even though we don't see it in his name. It's a Dragon Man Digimon that increases its own strength as he wins battle, and yes, like I said, it is a subspecies of the Greymon species, which are highly capable as combat species Digimon. He was discovered within a neglected Oriental computer, and there are many parts of his strength which are unmeasured, but he has been confirmed that he possesses an unbelievable combat record from his countless battles. Its uniquely shaped Kikurin swords, which he acquired due to his combat experience, leave behind airy tracks of light, and it is said that anything that comes in contact with those tracks will be cut to pieces. Now to WarGreymon, an animal Digimon and a carrier of the X antibody. It is a massive Digimon whose form was released through the interface on its blow by the opponent life form, that of the legendary beast, the dragon, which lay within the deepest part of its digicores. And that holds the alias of final enemy with its overwhelming stature. It can demolish any dauntlessly courageous Digimon, and even the attacks of the nightmare soldiers are deflected with one swoop of its wings. As it is highly intelligent, it won't reveal its existence carelessly, so it is difficult to even detect it. Now to Dex, WarGreymon, a ghost Digimon, an undead Digimon of the prototype Digimon Dory series, which I'm gonna make a video version on it, that was experimental on its search of further Digivolution, and was said to, at the time of the experiment, resemble its final forms. Since it keeps preying on the digicores of other Digimon, it is active despite its deceased condition and is seeking a massive digicore in order to digivolve. As it instinctively hunts for digicores, the eyes portion of its head and snout are covered in armor, and the sharp tips of the blades on its tail and wings are used to scour many Digimon they prey on their digicores. And ladies and gentlemen, it's time to talk about the last one. We made it that far, and if you're still watching this, shout out to you. So now, the last one is Greymon, an ultimate form of Greymon species Digimon. It is a subspecies of WarGreymon armed with electric power weapons. It reinforces heavyweight grappling with electricity, striking with the plasma stakes on both arms, which send electric current flowing into even the sturdiest of structures and destroying them from within. So yeah, that was it, guys. We done it. So yeah, that was a Greymon species. It was really awesome to talk about every single one, because all of them are really cool, like the Garurumon species. There's not even a bad one, so it was really awesome to talk about every single one. It definitely took forever to make, but what I love about making those videos is that when I'm making this video, I'm also learning about those guys, so it's really fun to do. Like when I did the 300 facts video, this took forever, it took ages to make, right? But I did learn a lot of stuff as I was making the video, so I really love doing this, guys. It's really fun. And you know, when we think about it, there's not many species Digimons to really talk about. There's maybe like 4 or 5 more to do, and then we're done with like the species part of Digimons. You know, there's still like some Digivolution line that we're gonna talk in the future. You know, there's many things that I'm so excited to talk about this year for the channel, and you know, it's gonna be great, guys. We've been doing pretty well so far with those new videos, and you guys showed so much love, and I really appreciate that, guys, because it's so much fun to do those videos. And you know, if you're new to the channel, you should totally subscribe if you like Digimon like I do, you feel me? Because in here, we all love Digimon, right? And you know, if you like to, you can also like that video. That'll be greatly appreciated. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say, so thank y'all so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one. Peace out. Oh, actually, you know, we just spoke about the Garurumon species, right? And the Greymon species. So you know what that means for the next upload? It's finally time, guys. The Omega Forms is coming your way. Oh, and you see that guy on the right with the nice Digimon jacket? Well, that's me, so you should totally check out my Instagram. I'm finally back on it. It's been years since I posted a picture of my face, but we are back today, guys, and I'm gonna be more active on it, so check it out.